Now, what if you could have a professional photographer capture your Twitter update as an image? Thanks to Richard Moynihan, who mentioned this in his own tweets, I found out that someone is indeed working on photographing tweeters that are near to him. Michael Hughes is the photographer behind Tweeter Street. I asked him to explain.
Tweeter Street is a photo project that photographs Twitter users where they tweet with what they tweet. In the project, I plan to photograph 140 Twitter users to represent each character of a tweet.
So basically you're going back to a location where somebody sent a tweet when they wanted to say something in particular?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
So what brought you to this idea? Why did you decide to do this?
I started this project when I got a new phone, and I was playing around on a Twitter application. The application had a tweets nearby function, and I found it fascinating that you could see people who were tweeting nearby you on a map with what they tweet. This left me wanting to know more about the environment in which they were tweeting. I wanted to try and capture the essence of the tweet. So I set about asking people whose tweets I liked or thought were interesting, and if I could photograph them where they tweeted.
And were they near you when they were tweeting, or did you have to go and find them?
No, the majority of the people have all been fairly nearby me. They've all been in central London in a radius of probably around 10 kilometres.
And how were people reacting to this? Because, I mean, I think a lot of us are aware that there is this nearby function on some Twitter applications for smartphones, which can tell you that there's somebody not far away from you. But was anybody a bit sort of freaked out and sort of, why are you reading my tweets and why would you want to take my picture?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This is one of the interesting parts of the whole project. I've asked a lot of people to take part, and the majority of people I've asked have rejected me. I've also noticed that sometimes after I've contacted them, they've put tweets up saying they're a bit concerned about how people can read their tweets. So, yeah, I mean, some people may look at it as a little bit of an invasion of privacy, but on the other hand, there's a lot of people that go to Twitter so they can put their tweets out for the world to see.
So do you think this sort of project will then reveal also what people understand when they use Twitter? There's so many of us using it now, but do you think that the full functionality of this kind of exposure actually sinks into people when they update things?
Yeah, that's quite an interesting point. I don't know if my project will make people understand the full use of Twitter, but definitely I try to aim to capture pretty much all of what Twitter produces. Looking at nearby tweets, there's an absolute lot of mundane tweets that aren't very interesting, that I don't know why people would actually tweet them, but Twitter, yeah, it shows the variety of people and the variety of what people's minds are thinking.
So what does catch your eye then? When you're looking for something that will translate well through photography, I'm having a cheese sandwich is not really going to crack it, is it? Unless it's a brilliant cheese sandwich that you really need to share visually. But are there things that you look for, or is it happenstance?
Yes, there is a few things that I look for. The type of tweets that I probably find most interesting are tweets that are fairly personal, something that can take me into their life, perhaps something that they might be doing. Bottom line, it does have to lend itself to something visually, so in a nice location or something like that.
And are you surprised when you finally meet people who have sent these tweets about the way that they are or the way that they look? Because none of this really translates terribly well between the physical sense of a person and our Twitter selves.
Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, first of all, I'm probably most surprised that they've actually agreed to come and get the photograph taken by some stranger in the first place, which is always nice. It also shows how decent a lot of people are, that they're very trusting of people, which is good. It's good to see that, because I think we live in a very much scaremongering society at the moment. And yeah, it's always good when somebody agrees to take part.
What about the locations that you've been to already? I mean, has it been difficult if somebody traces back and says, well, actually I was over here and it's not a very inspiring place, but it's the truth of what happened when that tweet was sent?
Yeah, I guess that's part of the selection progress. When I am looking at tweets, I kind of try to envisage where they actually tweeted, and sometimes I'll ask them, where did they tweet? But the bottom line is, that's where they tweeted and that's where it happened, so you just have to go along and try and photograph what it was where they tweeted. So far it's been pretty good location-wise. We did do one picture with snakes and ladies. That was quite an interesting shoot. She tweeted that she was driving down to London with 48 kilograms of snakes for a music video shoot. We arranged to take the picture in a car park just by our house, and we had 3-4 snakes slithering all around the car, and one of the snakes was getting a little adventurous and decided to try and squeeze through the clutch pedal up into the engine. Just as we managed to rescue the snake, the police arrived due to complaints from some nosy neighbours. The police started to question us, and we soon found out that they thought we were doing a shoot for a porno mag, so it made for an interesting afternoon.
So how many of these scenarios are you looking to shoot in total? Is it 140 different people and their tweets?
Yeah, I'm trying to shoot 140 people, one person for each character of a tweet, so I still have some way to go yet.
And if you've already been accused of possibly making a porn movie in the street with a lady with a bunch of snakes, it sounds like you're going to have some adventures.
Yeah, well, as a photographer, there's always an adventure around the corner for you, so yeah, it's nothing that I'm not familiar with.
All right, then, if we want to follow your progress and maybe tweet in your direction if we're nearby, where do we find your work online?
You can go to the Tweeter Street website, which is quite easy to remember. It's tweeterstreet.com. You can get all the info there. You can see work which has already been shot. There's an about page which tells you a bit more about the project in detail, and it's got contact details there should you want.